evening, and thank you for being here. I'm delighted to welcome you all on behalf of IT Next Magazine, Panduit and Sigma Byte Computers to this event on integrated solutions for the data center. I'm very pleased that so many of you could join us this evening on to discuss how to improve and enhance data center and IT infrastructure and to make it ready for the business challenges of tomorrow. So the question might be, why are we discussing data centers and ways to make them more efficient, flexible, smarter? And the real reason is that because today's business and user environment is changing very rapidly. And it is increasingly becoming dependent once again on the data center to make it run. Whether you take mobile services, so many applications, all the things that you see, they all run from data centers of one kind or another. And all these trends like mobile computing, BYOD, virtualization, cloud computing are putting much greater strain on the data center operations. And they are demanding much higher availability, much higher reliability, higher connectivity speeds to meet the business objectives. And at the same time, the data center managers are also pressured to reduce costs, to increase efficiency and provide additional capacity very, very quickly to meet the changing business needs. So on one side, you have growing needs, and other side, you have the pressure to cut costs, become more efficient, become more reliable. And you somehow need to balance all these challenges. And it is little recognized that often the physical elements, which are the foundation of your IT infrastructure, are ultimately govern your data center performance. And only by managing this very complex interrelationship between space utilization, power management, cooling, optimization, and high performance connectivity, can you extract the maximum performance and uptime from your data center? Those who are IT managers, infrastructure people, they realize this. Everybody else probably doesn't realize this. And so all those people like you who are responsible for planning and managing this IT infrastructure often have to worry about questions like these, how to tackle the challenge of adopting new technology and applications that require more data center resources. I'm sure all of you are grappling with this problem. Every day there are new applications, new requirements from the data center, how to manage them. How do you manage the network infrastructure better? I think today for people who attended some of the sessions earlier during the day, they realize this. This was often the issue about, how do you have better visibility? How do you know what's there on the network today? That's becoming a challenge. And how to reduce costs without reducing performance. And what can we do to make the IT infrastructure more reliable? That's always a big question. How do we plan for more flexible and agile data centers to meet future needs? We don't know what will be there in the future. But only mandate you are going to get from the management is make sure we are ready for tomorrow. Nobody knows what is there tomorrow, but make sure you are ready. So this evening, we have a great lineup of expert speakers who have a lot of experience in various areas of IT infrastructure. And they will share with you some of the ideas and the strategies and their experiences, their challenges that they have faced and how they have solved them. And I encourage all of you to interact with them, and your active participation in these discussions will add value to everybody. So before I invite our first speaker for this evening, may I just request everybody to put their mobile phones on silent, please. And if you do need to take a call, please just step outside the room and take your call. Thank you. So I would now like to invite on stage Mr. S. Vasunandan, who's Regional Sales Director for India and Southwest Asia for Panduit, to take a few minutes to introduce Panduit and its long history of delivering innovative plant and cabling solutions. So please welcome on stage Mr. S. Vasunandan.
A very good evening to all of you, and thank you for being here on a lovely Friday evening. We just came in from another event called BIXI, which is an industry event, and I'm pleased to say that Ketan, who is the Managing Director of Sigma Byte, actually is the chairperson of the BIXI chair for India. So we had a tough day, and then we thought we could have it another day, but we decided that it's the right day for us to have you here. How many of you have heard of Panduit? Has anybody interacted or bought any Panduit products and solutions? Good, so that makes it more interesting for us. So, a question to the audience, what do you think Panduit stands for? Actually, Panduit is an acronym. So, Nana, do we have any gift for anybody who comes close to the answer? Yes, we do. Panduit IT. Ironically, our financial controller's name in India is called Pandu. So a lot of people ask me, so I tell them it's Pandu's company, it's an IT company. So it's Pandu IT company. And they think I'm a guru, so are you working for Pandit? I'll say, yeah, I'm Pandit Vasunandan. Anyway, so the acronym actually stands for panel and conduit. It's simple, 2 words, panel and conduit. So how did this word panel and conduit came? Because 60 years ago in 1959, and you will see that in the slides, I want to keep less of slides because it's boring to see slides. Yes. So I am always given this wonderful job of putting Panduit on the thing there. So I would rather interact, and I would encourage you to ask us, me, and whoever else some questions. We started this company about 59 years ago, 1955 we started this. It started as a company in the US, which was in the business of providing solutions for electrical and industrial automation organizations. Because 60 years ago, there was no computers, as all of us know here. There was no PCs. There was only IBM, huge, as big as this room. We had those huge machines that were there. So we started as a company which started helping industrial automation sector people. So in industrial automation, you have machinery, and to control that, like you have data centers in the IT sector now, you had control panels. So management of the control panel, right, and all the switch gear and all that, PLCs and all that were going there, Panduit came into picture. So panels and conduit. We started as a company that started managing wires in a panel. And that's how that name came, panel and conduit. And we've continued. Some 30 years down the line, I think when networking started, right, the IBMs and the token rings came in, right, the contractors who were the industrial automation contractors wanted to upgrade themselves to be a company which was associated with networking. So that's how we came into networking. Today, we are a pioneer in a lot of things that were there in the early days of industrial automation, and today, in today's technology for information technology, infrastructure services. So in the next 10 minutes or so, that's the time given to me, I'll try and give you a quick brief on what Panduit is, what services we give, what offers we have, and what solutions we give. We have tried to put a demo. The reason why I said we've come in from another seminar is that we had a whole lot of equipment that was there, and that's being moved now. I'm hoping that the team would be putting that entire show that was there in ITC Gardenia here. I would encourage you to go and look at those solutions physically, probably about 8:30 or something, and it'll be a nice experience for you to explore what solutions we have. So let's get down to this 10 minutes of mine now. This is a message from the CEO. It's a privately held company. The Caveney family runs the company. John Caveney has just retired as the chairman. His younger brother is now the chairman of the company. I didn't have the time to change this. So it's a $1 billion organization based out of Chicago, and our mission has been that we wanted to be a company which runs on highly innovative technology solutions for customers and channel partners, and people like you. So our vision is to be a world leader. We have been a world leader ever since we started the company in industrial automation, and you will see what industrial automation alliance partnerships we have. And our mission is to drive continuous innovations in the businesses that we are, both in industrial automation and in also the IT ATS business, which is the network components group. We have close to about 600 patents, and then we continuously keep improvising and improving on the solutions that we have, which is why I said, we'll probably put the offerings, at about 8:30, and then you can have a look at that. So this slide actually gives you a little bit of information here. I have my colleague, the technical manager for India, Chandrasekhar, who is going to come in After me, there's another gentleman, and then later he'll come in and explain to you a lot about what this slide says. Connect, manage, and automate. These are three key words in our company. Connect basically means connect to devices through wires, which is what I said. We are a wire and cable company. And then we started managing the devices. When I say manage, not active devices, but manage the network through the wires and the cables that we have done. And automation is a new solution offering that we have. My colleague Chandra will run you through how we actually put the physical infrastructure in place, which is connections. Then we start managing that, which we did, and you will see that during the demo session. And then we started automating that. So that is how those three words have come in: connect, manage, and automate. Then you see two more lines below there. Here you cannot probably see it very clearly. It says building a smarter unified business foundation. So we believe that as Panduit, we have the responsibility to be offering solutions to build a smarter business foundation. But our belief is that networking you have the wire and cable technology which forms the foundation. So if somebody is looking at an enterprise which is going to be having a lot of people sitting there, a lot of devices sitting there, your basic infrastructure has to be in place. Ketan, the chairman managing director of Sigmabyte, will run you through what basic infrastructure means, and you will find it a little appalling to look at what basic foundations mean. So we'll run you through a little more of what this unified physical infrastructure means when Chandra comes on the stage here. I have said this because this is readable. Started in 1955. It's a company based out of Chicago. There are three solution offerings that we make: data center solutions, connected building solutions, and industrial automation. The reverse order is good. We started off as an industrial automation solutions company, and then we added enterprise. Last but not the least, we are in data centers, which is what Giri was mentioning, saying that we have gathered here to help you understand how good smart data centers run. And that's what we are trying to attempt to give you as some takeaways. Innovative technology leadership, we have a lot of products and solutions that we offer, right? And Chandra will run you through that. I don't want to get you too cluttered on that. Thought leadership, we are actually a part of many, many panels that are there. A lot of organizations, we are members, we sponsor, and we actually collaborate and make organizations also. I'm sure all of you know there was a company called AT&T, which is not there anymore, or probably in a new avatar. AT&T wound up about 30 years ago. There were a lot of engineers who were chemical engineers, mechanical, electrical engineers. Now, when they wound up, all these people were offered jobs in Panduit. They are all now part of the Panduit research labs. Now, why do we need scientists in our labs? As you know, all of the solutions that go into networking in passive or in the physical infrastructure, they are mostly plastic and resin. So that's the reason why the components have to be mixed properly, and we need to have the right combinations. So we have a lot of chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, and people who know how to handle plastics and those technologies. And we do a lot of things which help customers actually collaborate with us. There is a lot of interaction that we do with them. We understand what is it that they need to be done in their, in their organization. And then we devise, for some people like Cisco, and you will see that a little later, we have a very, very strong, leadership collaboration with Cisco. So some of the things that we do in research and design are these. We are a global company. Like I said, it's a $1 billion organization. We are present in about 120 countries. Directly, we are present in about 45 countries. And we serve all these places, about 120 countries, through essentially distribution and channel partners. Now, who is a channel partner? Sigmabyte is a channel partner and a very important partner for us. So the solutions to customers like you are offered through the channel organization. They are a company which has got competency, skill set, and the technology skills. So we keep interacting with them, we keep engaging with them, give them the knowledge, and they come and offer solutions to you. Between us, there is a distribution organization. All of us here understand what distributor or a wholesaler means. So we've got distribution come channel organization, and that is how we cover the entire globe. So this is essentially a snapshot on where we are operating out of. and this is how we offer solutions to the customers. Cut back to India. We have been in the country for about 20 years. We have got 6 locations in India, and it's all up there in the map: Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore. We are headquartered out of Bangalore. I would encourage you to meet up with me, or I will come and reach out to all of you. We are headquartered in Bangalore, and our office is in MG Road. So we have a complete lab set up in our office in Bangalore. You can come and visit us, and you can see what solutions we offer. If any of you has flown in from Mumbai, we have the same setup in Mumbai and in Delhi also. 30 staff members we have. We've been around for about 20 years. 100 crore is what we are doing. Business has been good this year for us, and hopefully with customers like you, we will probably enjoy the benefits next year too. So like I said, we've got about 32 sales, technical, marketing, and so on and so forth. A quick snapshot of the organization, not much in detail, don't worry about that. Best-in-class partner ecosystem. Like I mentioned, all of the sales that we do is done through the distribution and the channel organization. So we actually work with the distribution partners and the channel partners to offer solutions and offerings to you. And SigmaByte is a very important partner for us. Worldwide Alliance is a little, I'll probably take about 2 minutes on this. Worldwide Alliances. Alliances actually means collaboration. So the next slide will actually show you that we have collaborated with some very, very strong leaders in the IT business, right? So why do we do this? Primarily because we are the foundation, and then we work with people who work above the foundation. So when we are there, and then there are 7 layers, right? You have the IT infrastructure, then you have applications, then you have your database, and so on and so forth. So we collaborate with most of these guys to come up with a stronger foundation. One aspect which I always try and tell some customers is that I can compare the collaboration that we are doing with, let's take a tire company making tires for a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. So as Lamborghini or Ferrari is coming up with newer engines or newer speeds, right? So they will need a tire, right? You can't just take any tire and say, okay, let's go. They will probably want to achieve a 0 to 300 kilometer speed in 60 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. There are some specifications. So we work with organizations who are in the business of providing those solutions to you, which is your IT devices, storage devices, application software, and so on and so forth. So we collaborate with them well in advance before a solution is offered to you. And then we actually work with them to say, how is this going to be communicated through the client? Sorry, through you guys to the client. All of your IT managers, so all of you have clients too. So how does it this to you? So which you will see in the next slide here. So these are all, as we know, very large companies which are kind of leaders in their own sense. We work very strongly with Cisco. We've been working with Cisco for the last 13, 14 years. Some new technologies we brought out. Chandra will tell you what technology solutions we have. IBM, as we know, is perhaps the largest company, still at about $130 billion. So we work with them in terms of offering the automation part of the solutions. In the Tivoli group, we have a group of people who are collaborating with them to come out with some solutions there. Some of them started saying that we are not an IBM house, so we said with OpenView, if that's a platform that you would like to work with us on, then we came out with solutions which will be compliant, or we can work with OpenView also. So that's the reason why we started working with HP. Then Liebert. Liebert is an organization which is also called Emerson. We worked with them for power and cooling. Sometimes we back out because they have a conflicting interest in a company called Avascent, which they acquired, and that's part of the Avascent's solution that they have for automation. So sometimes we back off, but otherwise Emerson is also a customer of Penwood, so we work very closely with them. So why do we work in power and cooling? Because data centers need power and cooling. EMC, as all of us know, is one of the largest storage companies, San and Nas. So we collaborate with them. In the last 2 to 3 years' time, a lot of data centers of EMC are working on Penwood's physical infrastructure. So the foundation is based on Penwood, especially in the data centers. Rockwell Automation, an extremely important alliance partner for us. Like I said, we started off as an automation company, And we are the only IT company that is there on the panel as an alliance partner for them. So what do? When they are selling their PLCs through their distributors, right, there is a whole network that goes in there. So we help them deploy the network through the control panels. So we have a set of solutions which we deploy with Rockwell Automation through their distribution companies. Last but not the least, maybe you don't touch Fluke Networks as end users, but companies like SigmaByte and the distribution channel will always use Fluke Networks because they are the test and measuring company. They will tell whether the metering of your network is right or wrong. So we have a collaboration with them. Every single training program that we do, there is a Fluke Network person who will always come and take a 90-minute session for our channel partners. So that's the collaboration. So we believe that this strategic global alliances, these are all global, these alliances actually prepare us, and I'm confident that we are well prepared now to offer a comprehensive solution to customers like you. This is our global headquarters in Chicago. At the time when the markets were a little down about 4 years ago, we went and spent $100 million on this building, right? I mean, people were thinking we are pretty foolish. The reason why we went ahead and did that, all the things that you saw in the previous slide, right? Every single solution that is actually gone in here is a collaborative effort. So we've used all those companies there to actually put this global headquarters to, in place. So everything that we've said we are doing, we've actually done there. We are a completely Cisco house. We are an IBM house. All laptops, desktops, everything is from IBM. We are a complete EMC house. We're also a complete Hayworth. Hayworth is another company which manufactures furniture and workstations hardware. So it's a Hayworth center also. So all that we did, say as we do in research, right, is actually practically implemented here. We've been adjudged 2 years ago as the most intelligent building in Chicago. I mean, we would be more than happy to send that link to you on what basis we got. There are a lot of white papers have been established on, how we got this going. It's a LEED certified building and so on and so forth. So why invest with Panduit? This is the last slide that I have. So for all the reasons that I said that, right, we started off as an industrial automation company. We make cable ties, and I don't know how many of you know, cable tie is the plastic rubber band. There are hundreds of types, sizes, shapes, and colors in that. And the density of, the resin that goes in there matches a lot of applications that are there. Our cable ties can withstand anywhere between minus 50 degrees all the way up to 400 degrees centigrade. So this is used in harsh environment. All of you know that the whole world is actually, the internet connections are all, below the submarine cables. So all these have to be bound together. So the stainless steel cables also come in from Panduit. I don't know how many of them we have there, but, it'll be interesting for you to know that, we have a breadth of products there. Extensive global presence, like I said, we serve about 40 countries ourselves, 112 countries through the distribution channel. Vertically integrated global supply chain, we have that. And business partner ecosystem, like I said, we have about 120 partners, and SigmaByte has been associated with us for close to about 14 years, Mr. Ketan? Yeah, about 14, 15 years now. Strategic alliances, I dwelt about 3 minutes on that, and I said, who are our global alliance partners? Those are the people that we work with. And we are very proud. I am very proud to say that most of the technology companies, right, starting from Cisco, Juniper, Microsoft, EMC, Goldman Sachs, Ernst & Young, Standard Chartered Bank, Citibank, all these companies have in one way or the other deployed Panduit solutions as physical infrastructure. And why do they do that? One, primarily because they're extremely quality conscious, and also the fact that they do not want to have any downtime at all. Either it is very, very minimal downtime that they want, or they want no downtime at all. And that's the commitment that we make to them. Slightly premium, but we deliver what we commit. Last but not the least, you can probably go and find bits and pieces. We sell cabinets. So you may find it from a cabinet making company. We sell cable ties. There are cable tie companies also that are there in the world. And then we sell cables. So there are companies that are specialists only in cables. But as an organization, we are perhaps the only company that can give you the complete breadth of whatever you need, whether it's an enterprise, whether it's an industrial automation, or whether it's a data center under one roof. Like I said, a precursor, We've got connectivity and cabling, cabinets and racks, cable management, physical infrastructure, zone cabling, routing, grounding, labeling, identification, design tools, and a few other solutions like professional services. I don't know how many of these are available when we put up the show. At least 60% of them, we should be in a position to show them once the demo center is set up there. Okay? So I would encourage you to, come during the cocktail or the break session time, and and we would all be there. We've got about 6 people there. We would be more than happy to, show you more of our solutions. A quick snapshot on what we offer: copper and cabling. Those are some things. I don't know whether you can see. Copper cabling systems, fiber grounding and bonding, cable management, cable ties, fiber routing, and so on and so forth. Again, in the industrial automation sector, these are some of the solutions that we offer. So that brings me to a close on the overview of Panvid is. I hope I've been able to communicate what Panvid stands for, what we are doing for the last 60 years, and our collaboration with partners like Sigma Byte and also the global alliances. I want to thank you for your attention and spending the weekend with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vasunathan, for providing that overview of Pandit. So for people who probably didn't know what the company was, I'm sure you've got some idea, and you also know how long they've been around. And they have a very vast range of products. And as